The Chinese character
刃
is composed of two parts,
刃
meaning blade or sharp edge, and
心
meaning heart. Together, they literally translate to put a sharp blade on the heart. This reflects the ancient Chinese belief in the virtue of patience, the ability to endure difficult or painful situations. Let's break down the character further.
心
Has evolved from an oracle bone script depicting the heart's three ventricles, later simplified to three dots. These dots can represent the ventricles, blood vessels, or liquid blood flowing within the heart. The ancients believed emotions and thoughts originated from the heart, linking
心
to English words like think or singing. Here's the stroke order and pronunciation of
心息音心
Now, let's examine
刀
meaning knife. Its shape mirrors the knife depicted in oracle bone script. The pronunciation of
刀
is similar to Dow in Dow Jones. Imagine wielding this knife as you write the strokes, mimicking the Dow Jones Index chart's ups and downs. Here's the stroke order and pronunciation of
刀的凹刀刃
can be seen from the oracle bone script that it is the sharpest line on the edge of the knife character. We can imagine this line as the Rhine River, which flows through many countries in Europe, because the pronunciation of the Rhine River in English is very close to the pronunciation of the character.
刃
It is important to note that the dot on the top of the character
刃
should not pass through the knife surface, and it must stop on the slanting stroke of the knife, so as not to poke the knife through. Here's the stroke order and pronunciation of
刃日摁刃日摁刃
when we put a sharp blade on the heart, that is the character
刃
for endurance. Following the order of Chinese characters, first top to bottom, then left to right, we must write the character
刃
before the characters.
心
We can use the first syllable of the English word rendition to associate the pronunciation of.
刃
If you don't like music, and you have a roommate who is studying music, then you will be very easy to remember the pronunciation of the character.
刃
This is because the meaning of rendition is a performance or interpretation, especially of a dramatic role or piece of music. When your roommate repeats the same few bars of music hundreds of times a day, aren't you really in need of endurance? Here's the stroke order and pronunciation of
忍日恩忍日恩忍日恩忍日恩忍